Seasons lost. In Austin, I stalled, paused. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it is Monday. Hope everybody had a great day. Of course, I have. Everybody had a great weekend. The Thunder, of course, took care of business this weekend, and despite having to get past those two double overtime games to start the season on Tuesday and Thursday, the Thunder finally got some rest. SGA finally got some rest on Saturday against the Hawks, so we were glad to see that. And so we have some, and we do every week when we do the show. What we do is we do the Thunder stats, weekly stats. This is where they are this week, week to week. It's where we were last week, it's where we are this week. So we try to do them. I try to update them every 3 or 4 days, but usually every week is when we really start going over what they did as far as shooting percentage for each player, and then team stats where we rank in the NBA first one to whatever. Because last year we were one in almost everything last year, so this year it's a little bit struggle because one, J-Dub hasn't been playing against, what was it, against the Hawks or against the Pacers. No J-Dub, no Caruso, no Wiggins. I mean, no Case and Wallace. So that kind of hurt us a little bit. So we had to go in double overtime to beat them, and they played out of their minds, which of course they did because they still had a chip on their shoulder based on what we did to them last year in the NBA Finals. They wanted to come back and they wanted to show who they were and what they were doing, which is admirable and something they should do. I mean, I think they should. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't. So, but anyway, great win by the Thunder, especially Sunday. I was glad that, or Saturday, that, SGA finally got to sit the fourth quarter. I think last year, what did he sit? 13 or 14 games, he didn't even play the fourth quarter. So the fact that he finally got some rest because he was averaging, 45 and a half minutes a game because he averaged 40. He had 47 in the first game, then he had 44 minutes in double overtime in the second game, and so he got to rest, if you want to call it that, this game. But the Thunder did handle their business Tuesday night or Saturday night, beating the Hawks. 117-100. They're now 3-0. Not, I don't know what the hell that was. They're 3-0, not 9-0. The Hawks were 16 for 39. The Thunder were 14 for 37. We shot 46.2%. They shot 41.2. We out rebounded them by 4, 50-46, and pips points into paint. The Thunder 50. The Hawks 34. And then, of course, turnovers, the Thunder had 10 and the Hawks had 17, which meant a lot as far as us getting a chance to rest SGA with the turnovers, and plus the fact that, that's where we win at. We win on the defensive end, so that was good. The Hawks, of course, their bench out-bench scored us. Their bench outscored our bench. 38-34, and then when you look at the box scores, which is really the telling tale, that's what the tale is to me, is the bench scoring. That's what matters. When you look at the bench, with our bench is okay. It's not overly great, but offensively. Defensively, our bench is very good as far as doing what we need to do offensively. And the fact that we haven't had Isaiah Joe, I think that's really been a real test for me because what is Isaiah Joe going to really mean to us? Is he somebody we're going to keep? Is he somebody we're going to trade at the trade deadline? I mean, what exactly is Isaiah Joe to us? iHeart, 29 minutes, 7 for 13. Shot another three, which I'm happy with. 0 for 1 for the free throw line with an and one. 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 14 points. I thought a great outing by iHeart doing what he needed to do. Chet, 27, another very good game for him. 31 points, 8 for 12, 6 for 8, which he's been knocking down to 3, which we're going to really need for him to be able to score more, especially with J-Dub being gone. But it's crazy that I wonder what, have we lost a game with J-Dub not playing? Maybe one? I'm talking about when SGA plays and J-Dub does, not when they both don't play. But I need to go back and see if I can find out what the Thunder's record is when J-Dub does not play, when SGA does play. And so I'd like to see what that number is. So that's just my own personal. But anyway, Chet, 31 points, 12 rebounds, another double-double for him. 1 assist, 3 steals, 1 block. And Chet, if you'll notice, he's not really blocking shots so much this year. His blocks and what he was doing last year early in the season. I don't know if it's because teams are keeping him out of the paint and keeping him more on guarding the wing and keeping him towards the 3-point line, that he's not being able to help out. I mean, I don't know exactly what the reason why his blocks have pretty much gone down. SGA, 29 minutes, 30 points. How do you have to be more efficient than that? 30 points in 29 minutes. Chet, 31 points in 27 minutes. That's just crazy. SGA, 12 for 17, once again, efficient. He's got to start working on his 3-point shots, 2 for 6, 4 for 4 for free throw line, which raises average up. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I like what I'm seeing from SGA. Let's face it, we won those last 2 games because of him and A.J. Mitchell. I mean, Chet, him, A.J. Mitchell, and Chet. Okay, let's not diminish what Chet has done for the team, because I think he's been tremendous in making sure the help go along would be that third wheel, because A.J. Mitchell clearly has been the second wheel in that clog. Lou Dort, struggling. He's just struggling. 5 points in 27 minutes, 2 for 7, 1 for 4. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Lou has not played well. He has not shot the ball well. But that's all I want Lou shooting the ball. It's 7 times a game. I don't mind him shooting 1 for 4. I'd rather him shoot 7 threes. So, like I said, I don't want him shooting more than 8 threes a game. I don't necessarily want him shooting layups. If he's going to have 8 shots, I'd rather 7 of them be threes. If he's going to have 7 shots, I'd rather 6 of them be threes, or if all 7 be threes. That's just me. Even though he hasn't been able to make them, he's still got to stay. I believe he will stay in the lab. I think he'll stay in the gym working on that shot. I don't think he's a guy who's going to pop out and not do what he needs to do. I think he'll continue to work on that. I just do. Kaysen. We had this discussion in our chat, or I saw they had the discussion in the chat. I was watching it. I did not participate in it, but I did see it. One thing that I will say about Kaysen, and, with A.J. Mitchell coming up and with A.J. Mitchell playing the way he is, what do you do with Kaysen? I mean, do you keep Kaysen around? What do you do with him? And, I mean, to me, you keep Kaysen around. Now, A.J. Mitchell, to me, has really stepped up 100%. He's taken advantage of what he's been able to do for the Thunder. But that being said, I don't necessarily like him and SGA playing together more, because AJ looks more to score when he's in the ball, because there's been several times that he takes the ball, but SGA is looking for the ball at the top of the key in a pick and roll. He just goes ahead and he attacks. Now, granted, he's seeing the floor, and SGA even made the comment the other day about how, he doesn't really play in structure. He's just doing what he needs to do. He sees something, and he gets full on in attack mode, and he attacks whatever that is he sees. And you'll see a lot of times SGA be posted up with his left hand, or his hand at the top of the key with his left hand open, like passing the ball. And A.J. Mitchell being left-handed, the defense oversags for that pass, and he attacks the basket from the left-hand side, which I kind of like. But at the same time, look, when your big boys ask for the ball, give the ball up. But I do understand you're trying to make the most of your opportunity to get somewhere and make a bunch of money, and I can't fault him for that. But the question was, do we sign Kaysen? Do we extend him? Yes, you extend Kaysen this summer. Why? That's crazy. Defensively and what he gives you defensively, you have to be able to do him. I mean, you have to be. I mean, what do you have? 3 steals, 1 block. I mean, regardless of what he's giving you offensively, he's going to give you defensively what you need. AJ Mitchell doesn't really give you that defensively. Even though he did have a decent game, AJ Mitchell's not going to give you what Casey Wallace does defensively. He's just not. But AJ Mitchell is nice. He's a nice addition, and I think he could possibly take Isaiah Joe's shot or spot as a shooter, as the spot-up shooter when he's playing with SGA, because he's going to get a lot of wide open looks, and we'll go over his stats and what he's doing. But he does give you the ability to stretch the floor, and when they back off him, he can continue to knock down the three. Let's hope. If he can do that, I think that'll make a huge difference. Jay Will got into a little skirmish the other against the Hawks, which, of course, Jay Will is not going to be punked around. He's like we don't really have necessarily have an enforcer, but to me, he's more of an enforcer than he is anything else. He's not going to let he's not going to get pushed around. He's not going to let any of our teammates get pushed around. So I kind of like that role and what he did against the Hawks, him getting tied up with the big fella. And even though he got a foul called on him, I have no problem with what he did. You can't just sit there and grab me and pull me around. That's not happening. I'm not doing it. And I know myself was like that, especially the commander, Randy Wright, was definitely don't put your hands on him. But Jay Will, 7 points in 18 minutes, 3 for 7, 1 for 5. He's got to knock down more threes because he's going to get looks at those. 3 rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks. Brooks Barnheiser, I don't understand it. I really, I mean, I guess I do because, when there's no Caruso playing and there's no J-Dub playing, he's got to get minutes. I guess he's a good defender, but I just, for the most part, when he comes in games with SGA, our production of what we're doing goes down, and I didn't the other night against the Hawks, but the other 2 previous times in this, I just don't, in preseason, I don't like him playing with him. I mean, I guess that's where you got to play him because you got to cover up for him. So you got to play him with SGA. But I just don't like that lineup. And I understand Dagnall is just kind of feeling with the lineup, see who works with who, what doesn't work. And he's very patient. He's way more patient than I am. That's probably why he is an NFL coach, and I'm not. But let's say that he's really done what he needed to do. Jang is Jang. I just don't see him being here past the trade deadline. I don't see it. Brandon Carlson, he's okay. Aaron Wiggins, 27 minutes, 9 points, 4 for 11, 1 for 7. I don't like him, like I've said many times. I don't want him trying to be a ball handler, taking somebody one-on-one. His ball handling skills and Jado's ball handling skills is like I said last year. What teams realized when SJ was down on the floor and you had J-Dub, Caruso, Wiggins, Kaysen, and iHeart or Chet, you have no ball handler. You have no ball handler. So what you got, which is what A.J. Mitchell brought before he got hurt. You had A.J. Mitchell in that lineup, which allowed you to have somebody who could get you in spots and make your offense run and get you the ability to put you in sets to make you successful. When A.J. Mitchell went out, that lineup hurt. And I still believe that when A.J. Mitchell came back, I think the Thunder made a mistake by not giving A.J. Mitchell the chance to get back into the start or get back into the second group and second quarter, fourth quarter start by not playing him. Now, I know you want to break up your rhythm, but to me, you're going to need him because of that one simple fact. I don't know how the Thunder overlooked that because I made that statement several times, not only on this show, but on After the Storm about how you got to have a ball handler with that group, and that would have made them that's changed our lineups because now SJ has to come out in the first quarter because he's got to start the second and fourth quarter so we can have some rhythm so we don't lose that momentum we had going into the fourth quarter or second quarter and fourth quarter. So that kind of I didn't understand Dagnall's thought behind that. But Aaron Wiggins, to me, I like Aaron Wiggins to catch and shoot. He was 1 for 4 against the Hawks, but he made some huge shots against the Pacers as well as Game 1 against the Rockets. Chris Youngblood, 0 for 3. I think he's just nervous. He's gonna get some shots. I like the way he plays. I like everything about him. Uh, I think he'll be fine, but he is young, and let's just give him a chance and let's just see. AJ Mitchell, 25 stars to him. He has played outstanding. 6 for 14. He had 14 points in 29 minutes. 2 for 3 from three, which I think he's got to be your sniper. He's got to be the guy that he can put the ball on the deck and get to the basket, or he can turn around and he can knock down a three. So if he's doing that, it's going to make all the difference. Because 2 for 3 from three, especially when he's playing with Shea, that's going to give him the ability to catch it because SJ can drive. He's going to draw that double team, which you saw a couple of times. Both of those threes he shot and made, he was wide open. Nobody was around him. Why? Because SJ took the double team, kicked it out to him. He knocked it down. So if he can continue to do that, I think that's going to really help the Thunder grow even more. So 14 points by A.J. Mitchell. I really like this kid. I just like everything about him. I really, really, really like everything about him. Now, when you look at what I said about our team stats, through 3 games. This is where we rank in the NBA. Now, last year we were 1 and 2. We were 1 in points, 3 in giving up points, and this year you can see right now that we are 3rd in scoring, but we're 18th in giving up points. Now, that has a lot to do with the fact that J-Dub is not playing, that Caruso has not played because he's been hurt. Casey was hurt for that one game. So that has a lot to do with it because of who we're playing. And we're kind of not playing in rhythm right now. So that has a lot to do with us being 18th. And does anybody expect us to really do what we did last year? We won 84 games, 66 by double digits. I mean, is that possible again? That's going to be highly unlikely to duplicate what we did last year. But teams are going to make adjustments. We're going to make adjustments, and I think we'll be fine. But, we are scoring way more points than I think. What did we average last year? 119, I think, a game or something like that. We're at 127. Field goal percentage, 21st. But we're 6th. Once again, in defense, we're keeping our opponents from scoring. And the only reason why they're not highlighted right now is because you have to be in the top 5 for me to highlight you. To bold the stats, you have to be in top 5. We're just outside the top 5 at 50.2, but field goal percentage 51.5. That's the aggregated. That's the combination field goal percentage. We're 21st. 3-point percentage, we're 29th. Remember, there's only 30 teams. We're shooting at 29.8%. Now, to me, that first game shooting 50-something times, that's stupid. I don't want to shoot it over 35 times. 40 times is the absolute max, but 35 to 38 times a game is the maximum I think we should shoot. That's basically, 7, 8 threes a game or 9 threes a quarter, something like that, which in 12 minutes, that's not that many to be realistic. But that's, I prefer to be around 35, and I've said that before. It's my magic number for me because 2-point baskets are the ones that make a difference. 3-point baskets breaks backs. That's what I would say because 3-point shots are long shots. Long shots add to long rebounds, add to transitional points, which equal flow of the game. So if we're shooting long shot, now last year I need to get this. I need to put this stat up here. I need to go look at that. Last year we were number 1 in transitional defense. Okay, that means that when we take a long shot or we turn the ball over, what is the odds of the opposing team scoring against us? We were number 1 in the league last year in transitional defense. I need to look that up and see what we are this year. Let me write that down. Transitional defense. I need to write that down to look that up. Transitional defense. I need to look that up because of the simple fact that I think that's going to matter for what we're trying to do. Okay. Free throw percentage. We're back up to 2, 86.3. Remember, we were struggling in the first game or two, but we're back up and getting back on track. So I don't even know why I put in opponents' free throw percentage, but it's 77.2, which has absolutely nothing to do with us. It has to do with the teams. We don't dictate what opponents are going to do. I know fans like to stand up and cheer, but none of that crap matters. What you're doing. I mean, it's fun for the crowd, but that doesn't matter. It's hard to make a free throw when it's quiet than it is when it's a bunch of people talking on the road, not at home. Assists, we're 25th now, but we're 7th in giving up opponents scoring against us, which is good. Remember, we were in top 5 last year. So that's something that we're going to have to work on as well, but we're slowly getting back to where we need to be now. Assisting, is that a lot to do with SGA? No. That has just a lot to do with our team not making shots. When you're shooting 29% from three, that's a lot. It has to do with that right there because assists being 22 to 25 is probably, I mean, uh, being from 10 to 5 is probably 2 or 3 assists a game difference to go up or down. So if you're making your threes, I think that's going to make a difference. But I don't like the fact that we're shooting too many threes. I just don't like it. Pips, points in the paint. We were first last year. We're now 16th. So we're not scoring in the paint. We're not getting to the basket because we're shooting too many damn threes. That's just my opinion. I don't like us shooting that many threes. I really, really don't like it. I don't. I don't like shooting threes. We're not going to win games shooting threes. We're just not. About your threes. I don't care about analytics and all this stuff. Don't care. 44.9, we're giving up that many. Last year, I think we were first or second in pips, points in the paint, giving up points in the paint. Now, a lot of it has to do also with the fact that we played uh, uh, Houston. They're huge. The Hawks aren't necessarily that big, and it came down, and we rebounded them as far as the Pacers. But we gave up so many inside buckets against Houston. I think that pips will fall because we do play the Mavs tonight, which of course they're probably gonna get a bunch because of Lively and because of AD. And then Cooper Flag coming in and playing. And, of course, they got their first victory the other night. And they do not like us, and we do not like them. I think it's turning into a nice rivalry. I was trying to go to the game tonight, but I just couldn't get away to go there. So I'll figure out a different time to go to the Mavs and Thunder game. But tonight would have been a great night on a Monday night. But my fat boy got out the other night. So I don't want to be gone and leave him here at the house. So that has a lot to do with it as well. I'm not ready to take off and be gone all night long again. When I look at steals, we're ninth in steals. Ninth in steals. We were first last year. But giving up steals, 6.3, we're back in the top 5 again, so I'm kind of liking that. Yes, I agree. The commander, Randy Wright, sent me there, especially if Dort keeps missing threes. I agree 100. He's just shooting way too many. He's not shooting too many. The first game he did, but he just can't. I mean, we'll go over our stats, and you guys will see what the commander's point was. We'll see that in just a second. Blocks, we're 25th. And like I said, we're first. I think we were first last year. We're 25th. We're not blocking shots for whatever reason, and a lot of that has to do with Chet, and you'll see his numbers here in a little bit. He's just, I think it was the averaging 2 blocks a game, 1 block a game, or something like that, down from 3 to 4, because last year he was averaging, before he got hurt, he was averaging 5 blocks, and I think he ended up averaging 2 or 3 blocks a game. So that has to come up. Turnovers. We're turning the teams over. Once again, we're number 1 in creating turnovers. Or we're number 1 in taking care of the ball. We're only averaging 12 turnovers a game, so we are taking care of the basketball. And then once again, 18 turnovers a game, we're getting other teams to commit against us. So that right there is a good sign right there. Offensive rebounds, we're 10th. I like that. Remember we used to be what? In the 20s? And then we're getting more offers about a lot that has to do with Ihart and his ability to get his hands on balls. And then, of course, we're now 26th. And we had dropped all the way to like 18th, 19th, 17th, 18th. And then at the end of the year, that all went up. Then we were back up into the high 20s. So we've got to improve our offensive rebounding 100%. Second quarter scoring, we're 19th. We were first last year. We're 9th as far as giving up. And we were higher than that last year. Fourth quarter, we're once again the best fourth quarter team scoring in the NBA, which is what we were last year, which is the reason why we won a bunch of games. And then we're about where we were last year as far as giving up points in the fourth quarter at 26.7. So, and that's kind of an anomaly a little bit too, so you can't really look at that so much. Now, shooting percentage, here's what I was talking about. When you look at, we're talking about what we're shooting and who's shooting what in threes. And, the commander, Randy writes, Dort, he's shooting 12.5%. 12.5% from three. 12.5. You can't, let me see if I can find what he shot last year. Okay. Dort in the playoffs shot 34%. During the year, he shot 40%. Last year, during the year. That's what he shot. Okay. And he's shooting 12.5. SGA, he's averaging 40 points. He's averaging 40 minutes. So he's averaging a point a minute. He's averaging 40 points in 40 minutes, which of course, that's way too much. He needs to be around 33, 34 minutes a game. 52% from the field, 22% from three, 84% from the line, which his numbers are going up because remember, the first game he was 11 for 15. So his numbers are starting to go back up from the free throw line, making the free throws when he needs to. Chet, 24.7 points a game, 56% from the field, 42% from three. Love all that, 90% of the line. 50, 40, 90. 50, 40, 90. If he can continue that up, that's huge numbers for him. That's in rare form, a rare air. There's only been a handful of guys. I think the last person to do it was Steph, that averaged double points, plus 50% shooting, plus 40% from three, and 90% from the line. So 50, 40, 90. And SGA was almost there last year as well. But Chet's numbers lines, 24.7 points per game was the average, 7 rebounds. So I like what Chet is doing. AJ Mitchell, let's talk about this young man for a minute. 18.7 points a game, 46% from the field, 41% from three, and 100% from, now forget the free throw 100%, that's not going to continue to happen. But if he can continue to shoot 41% from three, like I said, him playing with SGA and realizing that how many free looks is he going to get from three. And if he can shoot 40%, that might be our answer to Isaiah Joe. Because, one, he can handle the ball better than Isaiah Joe can, for number one. If he can knock down, he's a better defender than Isaiah Joe. And if he's shooting as well as Isaiah Joe and being able to be a scorer as well and not just a shooter, that's going to bode well for the Thunder. Not so well for Isaiah Joe. Going to put him on a trading block, clearly. But AJ Mitchell is definitely going to be that guy that I think can take his place simply because he can defend, number one. And number two, if he can continue to knock down three at a 40%, and if he can get that up to 44, 45%, knocking down threes, then yeah, I think he's definitely the answer for Isaiah Joe. But like I said, he and SGA playing together is better, but it's just not because they're both ball handlers. And I don't know if AJ Mitchell knows how to not be a ball handler. I don't know if he can. He's adjusting better to understanding that when SGA is the primary ball handler, not you. When J-Dub is in the game, you're the primary ball handler. So him trying to adjust to that and adjust from being a scorer to a shooter when he's at SGA. He can be a scorer as well, but he needs to be more of a shooter than a scorer. But it doesn't hurt that he can be a scorer as well. So that's also the difference between him and Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe is only a shooter, and by that what I mean is when you're just a shooter, you're a catch and shoot the ball. You don't be able to take somebody off the dribble to score. Okay, that's the difference between a shooter and a scorer. And Isaiah Joe is not quite there as far as that. He is just a straight up shooter, and that's gone down after teams kind of know what he's going to bring to our team. They've made adjustments. Therefore, it's from that point on, okay? Aaron Wiggins, 14 points a game, 45% from the field, 44 from three. Forget the 100%, that's early, but it's great. I'm glad you're 100%. That's not going to last. But 100% from free throw line, like that. It's not going to last over a season. It's just not going to happen. But when you look at those two guys, and even Wallace at 36% from three, which is good compared to what he was last year. Remember, he had went all the way down to, 25 or something last year. So if you're getting 41% from three from Mitchell, 44 from Wiggins, and 36 from him, and 42 from Chet, SGA's is the ones that look low. Dort's looks low. J. Will looks low. And Barnheiser and Youngblood, we're getting them in, but let's face it, when Caruso comes back, Barnheiser's numbers are going to go down. And when J-Dub goes back, so will Youngblood's. So both of those numbers will go down because we won't be seeing those guys. The ones you're going to be seeing is these guys plus J-Dub plus Caruso. So those two will get taken out of the picture. But for right now, they're doing good. So Case and Wallace, as I said, we were talking about that earlier in the chat, in our group chat about text about what do you do with him? Because you extend him in the summer. You extend him. There's no question about what the hell you extend him. You're not giving up Case and Wallace. It's crazy. Now, does his numbers offensively are bad, and is he struggling right now? 100%. He struggled last year. But yet you keep him. And do you extend A.J. Mitchell next year? 100%. If A.J. Mitchell keeps doing what he's doing. And like I said, I liked him last year. I got Hotspot Casino on our After the Storm, which is our OKC Thunder post-game show, talked about A.J. Mitchell early in the year. And we were like, okay, we like him, but do we like him, or do we like him? And he liked him. And then we started liking him. The more I saw him and the more I see him, especially this summer in Summer League, he was a man among boys. He was killing them. And he's taken that. You can see that he took the offseason to really work on his game, and what he's done has been fantastic. So, but yeah, you keep Wallace. You can't. I mean, because eventually Dort is 27, and Wallace is 21, 22-ish maybe at most, 23 max, probably more like 22. And by the way, it was good seeing his little brother, his younger brother, year one younger than him, play against each other at the Hawks the other night. That's kind of a good thing when you're both brothers, kind of like J-Dub and his brother, both in the NBA. That's a good thing. It's got to be a good feeling to be able to talk trash to each other. iHeart, 8.3 points a game, 50% from the field. Still hasn't made a three. I'm like I said, I don't mind him shooting them. Nathan Taylor and I have disagreed about that, but I like the fact he's shooting because that does make him at least accountable, or somebody they got to at least take a look at. Even if he's missing, you still got to guard him because the fact he will shoot and he could make it. Caruso, his numbers, he's only played one game. So those numbers are, okay, we'll see. Dort, however, he worries me. 6 points a game, 24% from the field, 12.5% from three. And I'm with the commander. That worries me, Randy, right? That really worries me that he's at 12.5%. That really, really worries me. Jay Will is Jay Will. Okay? Jay Will is Jay Will. 4.7 points a game. 18% from three is unacceptable. 40% from the field. That needs to be moved up to 40%. You're getting wide open threes. Nobody's guarding you. You have to knock down the three. Nobody's guarding you. You're wide open. Now, that being said, as a former player, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's not easy to make it, but you're wide open, bro. You have to be able to knock that at 40%. 4 out of 10, you should be able to make 4 out of 10 shots. Wide open. Youngblood, like I said, I like the kid. 2.3, 25. He hasn't played enough, but this is a chance to really make a name for himself. He hasn't yet, but it is a chance for him to make a name for himself and to be able to do something if he can make that move, which I believe he needs to. We'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up over there. They love to take care of you, especially if you have a water treatment plant in your city or county. They love to make sure you have clean drinking water. Smith, Roberts, Ballschroeder, great guys. And Mr. Smith passed away, by the way, a couple weeks ago. So that's the original founder of SRB. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit our guy up over there, Jose Fierro. He'd love to take care of you and make sure that all your needs for dirt, rock, and sand will be taken care of. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. OK.com, or you can go into the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma, and Route 66. YB East was off the Parkway, and US 66 as well. YB Mustang 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway was off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40. Can't miss it, right there in front of the Fairfield Hotel and the hospital. And then YB Parkway, like I said, that. And then YB Peoples located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. Man, some great smelling stuff. I love it. I wear it every day after I get done at the gym, training kids, and to take a shower, and then I go ahead and spray a little bit on then. So it's great smelling stuff. You got to get some. Got to get some. It's really, really good stuff. And as they always say, remember, pick the best for your best. And I try to. Penn Square Mall, the men's department is located in the East Diller store right there on the east side of the mall. The west side of the West Diller store, which is for the female, the perfume will be located there. Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, which we will be going to, I'm thinking next month or in maybe December. We're going to try to go there one time in the next month, either this month or next month. I know we're going to try to do that. Town East Mall in Wichita, Oak Park Mall in Overland Park, Kansas, which I don't know if we're going to ever make it to Kansas City. Wichita is doable. Kansas City, not so much. I don't know if we can do that, but it has to be on a time where I have a Thursday off or a day off where I can just go and do that. And then Park Plaza Mall, like this weekend, would be a good time to be able to go to Wichita because we don't train. So that might be a good deal. I might be able to do that this weekend. It's a good idea. Maybe able to go there on Friday to Town East Mall. I'll talk to her, Tanya, about that. Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock, which I love Little Rock, but I don't know if everybody get there. South Plains Mall in Lubbock, and then the Westgate Mall in Amarillo, Texas. Both of those spots. Like I said, I know I'm going to be going there. Sometime I need to talk to Tanya about maybe going to Wichita. That may be a good time to go to Wichita this Saturday or this Friday or Tulsa. Who doesn't like to go to Tulsa? I think I have an off weekend, so I may have to do that. Have to think about this, see how I can make those logistics work. But also, let me see. What do we have Thunder-wise? Oh, let's do that. We can do that release. Let's look at the Thunder schedule and what we've done so far, because I now do that. Let me see. What is our Thunder? Here we go. The Thunder are 3-0 thus far. We won Tuesday night, Thursday night, Saturday night. We play tonight, and then, of course, tomorrow night, back-to-back with the Kings. Then, we play the Mavs tonight, which is the game that scares me. Now, I said that I thought that we would be in this first 10, 8-2, 7-3 at worst. Nathan Taylor thought we'd be at 9-1, I believe. So he's pretty much on it more than I am. But, of course, the Mavs tonight was going to be a tough W for us to get, I believe, especially with the rivalry and what we do, and we're not totally healthy. Let me see. Okay. Being off Friday, so we don't have another game until we play Thursday night. We don't have another game until Sunday on the road. So we have a 3-game, let me see. We have the Kings at home we have tonight, and then we have the Wizards at home, which should be a W, Thursday night. Then we have the Pelicans at home on Sunday, so that'd be a good game. Now tomorrow night ought to be a good test. Tonight would be a great test for us, but this will be a good, probably 4-game test for us because of the simple fact that I think we should go 3-1. Okay, because we have 3 tough games in. So I think in these next 4 games, the Mavs tonight, the Kings on a back-to-back tomorrow night, the Wizards on Thursday, and then the Pelicans on Sunday. I think when you look at that, it's the Mavs. I think that's just a tough matchup for us. Like I said, are my top teams. They're the team that really throws my thing into a wrinkle. The Kings, they always play us tough, but I believe we can get them, especially after Austin Reeves getting 50 on them. I think we can get something done against the Kings. The Wizards, they're the Wizards. That's a Thursday night game in Oklahoma City. We don't do the show after blowouts because there's not a lot to talk about. Like we did not do a show after the Hawks game. We did a show after the Pacers game. Did a show after the Rockets game. Did not do after the Hawks blowout. And then the Mavs, we'll do a game. We'll do a show tonight after the Mavs game. Kings game, we should do a show tomorrow night. But Thursday night, that's usually we don't really do shows after those nights simply because we blow teams out. There's nothing to talk about. We kick their butt. What do you want me to say? And our show is more informative than it is anything else. And then we have the Pelicans, which I'm not sure about that game. Like I said, we'll see. But I will say this: people give me crap while I'm wearing my Thunderalls. We're undefeated at home when we're wearing my Thunderalls. Knock on wood. So I should go to the game tomorrow. Hopefully, go to the game tomorrow. That's my Thunderalls tomorrow. Thunderalls on Thursday. We should win that. Thunderalls on Sunday. We should win those 3 games because we're undefeated. Everybody gives me crap about them, but you love them. Come on now, you love my Thunderalls. Then we have the Clippers, the Blazers, and the Kings. But tonight, to me, that game is going to be really tough for us because, as I've said before, the one team that has been built to beat us. I believe that's why they got rid of Luka. He was not. I don't think they thought you can win with Luka. They can't get past us with Luka. I think that's what they believed. Simply because now with Kaysen and Dort and Caruso, you go boom, boom, boom. Those are 3 tough matchups for him to score on. Now that he's skinny Luka, maybe not. That doesn't matter. But I believe skinny Luka still we're going to have a tough time. So what they do? They went and got 3 perimeter defenders, okay? And Christie, Marshall, and I can't remember what the other kid's name is right now off the top of my head. But so they went and got them, plus they have Cooper Flagg, who's still only 18 years old, which is crazy. Turns 19 in November, December, something like that. He's still 18 years old, which is crazy, killing the way he's doing. Great ball player. Saw him play in EYBL. I'm like, this kid, forget all that white stuff. To me, the white-black stuff in basketball is irrelevant. Either you can play or you can't. Basketball truly is a one sport. You know if somebody can play or not. There's no hiding it. There's no hiding it. Either you can play or you can't. Either you're going to get your ass busted or you're not. So to me, basketball is the one sport that is truly, truly, truly you have to be able to play. It really is. That's just me. But anyway, the other team that matches up with then inside-wise, you've got their 3 bigs. You got Gafford, you got Lively, and you've got Anthony Davis, which, of course, against Wemby was that what he did against them is I still have never seen anything like that. That's just insane what he did to those guys. And he is still only, what is Wemby, 22, 23? So he's still got room to grow. So that was just ridiculously crazy to me what he did. So now, that being said, the NBA games tonight, who's on task? Who's online for tonight? I'm wondering who is the games tonight. So there are going to be some good games on tonight because we're not on tonight. We're on FanDuel. Our game is on FanDuel tonight. But here are the TV games, national TV games tonight. You've got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Detroit Pistons, and our guy Cade Cunningham. Pistons plus 2.5, over-under 230.5, and that game will be on Peacock. So both those games will be on Peacock, by the way. And then, of course, the Nuggets and the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves plus 6.5 because Anthony Davis, slight hamstring, so he's not going to play. That's why that number is what it is, okay? And plus 6.5. So that game is also on Peacock tonight at 8:30. So 6 o'clock game against the Pistons, 8:30 a game against the Nuggets. The Nuggets and T-Wolves, of course. I'll be watching that first game, part of it, but our game starts at 7:30, so I won't be watching that. But our game tonight, 7:30 on FanDuel. The Mavs plus 8.5. We're minus 8.5 point favorites, which I think that's a lot of damn points. I don't know. I think that's a lot of damn points. That's just me. But over-under is 226.5. I just think that's a lot of damn points. With the way we play and the way they play, even though they are down some players, and remember, we have down some players too. So I don't know how that's – I don't understand that one at all. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. I just don't get it. Now, in NBA news, NFL news, which we're going to switch to right now, The Titans trade cornerback Roger McCreary to the Rams for a 2026 fifth round pick and conditional sixth round pick, 2026, of course. And we're going to see what's going to happen with that. When I look at this and go, okay, what does this really mean? What does that say? Okay, that's kind of how I look at that, because I know that the Rams needed a defensive back, because they're hurt all over the place. I think all three or four of their cornerbacks are all hurt, so they needed something, and they did what they needed to do, and they traded with the Titans, who are on their way down. Plus, the Titans are trying to stay away from long-term big contracts right now, and so this is the final year at that. So they need to trade him and get some picks, and a fifth-round pick, possibly two fifth and sixth round, conditional six maybe. We'll see how that's going to work out for them. But the Rams, what do they need? They need defense. They need defense. That's what they need. And so we'll see how that's going to turn out for them. An NFL schedule night, the Commanders and the Chiefs. The Chiefs plus 12.5. I think that got dropped to 8.5, or 10.5. That's a lot of points to me. The Chiefs being without Trey Smith if he doesn't go tonight, and I just think that's going to be tougher than what people think. The Commanders' defense is really good, but the way Mahomes is playing right now, we'll see if that's really going to be that big of a difference. But the Chiefs and the Commanders tonight on ABC at 7:15. That's another game that'll be on. Won't get a chance to watch that game either, because the Thunder game is at 7:30. So I'm sure all of us will be watching that, not the Chiefs game. So I won't be able to report on that really tomorrow. I'll probably have to watch some highlights. But if you don't watch the game in person, it's kind of hard to really see how that works out. Now, in NFL yesterday, there was some great games yesterday. You look at the Dolphins and the Falcons, and the more I look at it, I look at the Falcons. Now, Kirk Cousins started. Okay, so that has Kirk Cousins. He has gotten more out of less than just about. Sam Bradford, same thing. These guys got paid and didn't hardly play. So, Sam Bradford, to me, more talented than Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins has made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars off of a scale of 1 to 10. He's probably a 6. 6.5, but he's a good locker room guy. He does what he needs to do. He's a God-fearing man, and the God takes care of those that take care of him, clearly. Bears and Ravens, Caleb, he made some good decisions, but he's just, like I said, my thing with Caleb is this is his first year. This is first year under a coach, okay? And so to me, this is his rookie year. But the question is, will him, Ben Johnson, last pass next year? I think Caleb has to improve from going towards the end of this year. And he has gotten better than he was last year. Just from me watching now, Carson Palmer, I'm not a fan of him anyway. But, listening to him say, he thinks that he hasn't. But, he knows more than me. He played quarterback. So I'm going to have to take his word for it because he played more than me. And, a lot of people are like, well, nobody can change my opinion. Well, if somebody played the position, you got to respect their opinion. I didn't play the position. I played basketball, not football. So I have my view of what I think, but you have to go with someone who actually played the position, who played on that level. How are you going to go against somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about? You only think you know. So if Carson says that he hasn't gotten any better, he hasn't. But from my test, it looks like that he has gotten better compared to what he was. But, the question is, I think he's got one more year. Next year, if it doesn't change, I think that marriage is over. I think they will be getting divorced. That's what I think, and Caleb will be traded. That's what I see. But we'll find out, do they draft a quarterback this year in the draft? That's what we'll see. Or they trade for one. That's going to be the telltale sign. What happens in the offseason? Do they trade for a quarterback? Do they draft a quarterback? That's what's going to dictate on what Caleb's future is with the Bears. But like I said, to me, this is first year. But you can't lose to the Ravens. But, Huntley does it every now and then. That's what Huntley does. He'll come out of the blue and just be spectacular. And then next week he'll be normal. That's just who Huntley has always been. He's great for a few weeks, and then he's nowhere to be found. That's just him. Jets and the Bengals, can I say congratulations to Aaron Glenn on his first W for the Jets, and Justin Fields showing up and playing. But once again, that's this week. What about next week? I mean, I need to see week to weeks. I can't, everybody can have a week. Everybody be good for once. Can you do it more than one time? That's my scale. Then, of course, the Bills and the Panthers. The Bills just, everybody talks about, Josh is da-da-da. Josh did what exactly? He beat up on who? And pretty much that was James Cook. Pretty sure that was James Cook that did the work, not Josh. James Cook did all the work. He was just outstanding on what he did. Okay, he was just unstoppable. But I'm a big fan of James Cook. I always have been. And I think that he has been the difference with them, because all quarterbacks, to me, that's the one thing the Chiefs has been missing, is they need a running back. And the running backs they have are not doable, serviceable. They do what they get done what they need to get done. But to me, it's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs quarterback that makes all the difference. And, I heard this deal with Rex Ryan talking about the Chiefs don't have a running game and they pass so much. And somebody said, Rex, if Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback, would you pass? He goes, yeah. So, I hate when the guys just run their mouths. You're running your mouth. You're running your mouth. I would like for Patrick Mahomes to have a better running back, or a better running back. Yes, I would. But Kareem Hunt does a good job, and so does Pacheco. So they're okay. But they got to run the ball more. But I worry about them tonight. If Smith is hurting tonight and he's not going to play, that could be a wrinkle. Niners and Texans. I don't know what to say about C.J. Stroud. I just still don't. He's a mystery to me. He really, truly is a mystery to me. I don't know what to say about C.J. Stroud. I don't know how to. I just don't. I don't know what to say about him. But the Niners, we'll see when they get the quarterback back. I'm still so on him, but when they get the quarterback back, we'll see what's going to be with the Niners. Browns, Patriots, Dylan Gabriel. I know people love him. I'm not going to change my opinion on Dylan Gabriel. He is who he is. I'm not overly excited about Dylan Gabriel. I think he's okay. He's not fantastic to me. He's just okay. That's how I look at him. That's how I'm going to look at him. I'm not going to change my opinion of Dylan Gabriel. I think he's okay. That's how I look at him. I don't think he's anything spectacular. But, the Browns are the Browns. What do I say? Jets, Mets, Clippers, and Browns. That's how I break it down. Giants, Eagles, two horrible calls. How do you call Jalen Hurts' forward progress stop? That's a fumble. It's a fumble. I just don't get that. I don't get that. But I think the tush push needs to be, now they're jumping off sides. You're not calling it like they did against the Chiefs. Now the forward progress is stopped and he lost the ball. So to me, just outlaw the tush push. Make it football. It's a great play and it got the Eagles what they needed, but you need to outlaw it. Because if you're not going to call it right, you allow him to keep going. Come on. It's crazy. Buccaneers, Saints, Spencer Rattler. I have not been a fan of his since he got to OU. You could see him going from listening to not listening not listening to listening to not listening. And he just believes in himself and his arrogance of who he believes he is. He reminds me of Baker. Arrogant out the wazoo and semi-talented. Put your ego in check. And you need to have some ego. Don't get me wrong. I had an ego. Everybody has an ego if you're good. But at some point, put your ego a little bit more in check and figure it out, bro. Really, seriously. Figure it out. I'm just saying with that, okay? Titans, Colts. Colts are serious. 7-1. They should be 8-0. It should be 8-0. Now, what's that going to mean later on down the road? Daniel Jones is playing fantastic. He's got a coach. He's got an offensive line. He's got a running back. He's got some receivers. What quarterback doesn't allow that? To me, I don't care who you are in the NFL. If you've got an offensive line that gives you protection, you've got a running back that can run the hell out of the basketball, run the hell out of the football, and then you've got wide receivers who can catch it and make plays, yak yards, which is yards after catch. If they can do that, you're a good football team, regardless of the quarterback. The quarterback's job is now just not to turn the ball over. Make good reads and don't turn the ball over. Use your legs when you need to. Cowboys, poor Cowboys got brought back to earth and who they really, really are. That's what happened with them, as always. Cowboys, the Cowboys. Broncos did what the Broncos need to do. They're 5-3. I think the Chiefs will be 5-3, tied with them tonight after the thing. But Sean Payton, he cracks me up. He really does. He's funny. I'm not sure if he says stuff on purpose or he just blurts whatever the hell comes out of his mouth. I'm not sure which one it is with him. I'm really not sure. Then, of course, the Packers and the Steelers. Packers, 35, Steelers, 25. And Aaron Rodgers in them short passes. He didn't throw the ball down the field. Throw the ball down the field, Aaron. He hasn't. He doesn't throw the ball down the field. He's like he's getting rid of the ball. He doesn't trust his line. So he's getting rid of football. He's getting rid of football. And I think that makes a huge difference in what you see out of the Steelers. He gets these little short passes, bro. You gotta throw the ball down the field. And then Mike Tomlin, I agree with something I heard today. 3rd and 3, 4th and 3, you don't go for it. You kick the field goal every time. You're like points. But that's fine. If your defense is stellar, your defense is stopping people, then that's fine. But the way he looks at it is 3 points is better than no points. I get that. But when your defense is giving up 7, you can't continue to get 3 because if you get 3 twice and they get 1 touchdown, you're still losing. And what's the difference between them being down 1 and down 4? Does your offensive coordinator not have the ability to have a play for a 3rd and 3 or 4th and 3 over and over? You don't go for it on 4th down. It's old school football. It's time to change. And is it Mike Tomlin's change? I don't know. He's a great coach, and I like Tomlin. Tons do I like Mike Tomlin. Anyway, well, that's it for the show today. We will be on tonight on After the Storm, after the Thunder's game tonight against the Mavs. Ought to be a great game. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in that game, and hopefully the Thunder can come do their business. Now, tomorrow, of course, we do play the Kings at home. We have a 3-game home stand coming up. So hopefully you guys will be there. The Kings, the Wizards, and the Pelicans. So we play Tuesday night at home, Thursday night at home, Sunday afternoon at home. We should get those 3 W's, but tonight is what I'm worried about against the Mavs tonight. We'll see what's going to happen with that. So that being said, everybody have a fantastic day. And remember, 2025 World Champions. Peace out.